Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Art Walking, sponsored by the Laguna Beach Independent Beautific. Oh, not already. The Laguna Beach Beautification Council. And did they have a grand affair this last week? We can talk about that later. Where we look at another creative permutation, adding to Laguna's unique character. We are joined by longtime friends, now business partners, Eric Anthony Hine. Say hello, Eric.
Hey, guys.
And whose original paintings and drawings led to creating fine art apparel called SWMOC, which stands for Spiritual Weapons of Mass Construction.
Yep.
Using clothing as an art form to elevate freedom of expression and transform the invisible into the visible. He and his business partner Jeff Olson are here to share what the meaning of SWOMC is, their journey of friendship, art, and business. Their Laguna Design Gallery is located at the top floor of the Village Shops, and that's located at Oak and PCH. We'll talk about their individual lives, their careers, how their careers began and came together, also the meanderings, awards, goals, connections, including music and spirituality. Leah,
right,
my guest host here, has some questions for you.
All right. Thank you, Leah.
I'm so glad that I came to the KXFM studio party that they had over on the street for Halloween. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen your work.
Yeah, that was a wonderful party. It was so good to see you there and talk to you about your experiences in your life as well.
Right.
And yes, it was a wonderful day. It was so bright, and the energy was high, and it was a perfect time to meet you.
It was really great for us too. Here, I told Craig, I said we hadn't had anybody on about clothing, fashion design, although we know that the museum, for instance, includes that in their art and nature. But we just haven't done that on our program.
Okay. We've melded many art forms together on the program, but this is one that you're the first.
Well, that's wonderful.
You're really the first that is going to talk about how you got into doing your art in the beginning and how that merged into doing fashion. And then we'll talk, of course, to Jeff about your relationship too. But let's also give a shout out to the Laguna Beach Beautification Council.
All right.
Laguna Beach Beautification Council had, as Craig mentioned, a big awards gala this past week.
Awesome.
Over 150 people, and honored many, many people in town for the contributions that they give to the city, doing their businesses, their homes, so public areas. It's really quite marvelous. And it started
amazing honor.
Harry Lawrence.
Oh, wow.
I think it was 1962. And he decided he would do something to honor the city because of its unique character and how it brought both nature and culture together.
Yes.
So that was really very special. And it was a wonderful evening for me, seeing all the people. I overheard people talking about how they had not seen someone that was sitting right there or standing in line waiting to come in, and they thought they were out or gone some way or another. And then and that's what I was listening to. So from that, every time you listen carefully, you hear what people are excited about, and we need that today more than ever.
You're right.
That sense of community, and we do have it here.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So let's start off and talk about where you were born
Mhm.
and your influences, because I was reading through your beautiful brochure
Well,
for
thank you.
clothing and fine art and transforming and elevating and transfiguring, and all of your things that you're wearing right now, both of you. I'm wearing one of your jackets. I don't know if Craig can get a shot of it, but he can certainly try. You're wearing a cape, actually,
This
aren't
is a
you?
hoodie, cloak. Yep.
A cloak.
We just got him. We just made him recently.
So,
I just designed him recently.
where would you wear a cloak? Are you going to be? Are you going to jump off of a cliff here?
Well, for me personally, I don't mind wearing it anywhere just because it's the art I make.
And it's comfortable
So
too,
it's
isn't it?
comfortable and it
Is-
creates a conversation,
People wonder what it is and
Yes.
why you're wearing it, and then underneath you have one of your creations as well.
Yep.
It's a vest.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hoodie vest
It's
cut
a
off.
hoodie vest.
Yeah.
Right.
Sleeves cut off. Yeah.
An image on it,
Mhm.
an icon,
Mighty messenger.
a mighty messenger.
It's
Who
a
is
type of
she?
angel.
Is she a specific angel or?
It's a type of angel that is out there in the universe that is very helpful in um, universe affairs as well as on Earth.
Well, talk a little bit about, because it all goes back to your background.
Uh-huh.
It was a fascinating read. Tell us about your family.
So my family. So I grew up in I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and when I was 2, we moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico. My dad was a doctor, and my mom was a doctor as well.
What type of medical or science doctors were they?
Anesthesiologists.
Both of them?
Well, my mom was um, she was into helping the older people out. I don't know exactly the
Geriatric,
yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my dad was the anesthesiologist. So
And so he put them out.
yeah, yeah. And he was a very good doctor. He was very into helping people out with their emotions before they went into surgery, helping the
That's
kids out
wonderful.
with puppet shows, and
Isn't that wonderful?
yeah, yeah.
That's so great. Now, are they still here with us? Or did
Well, my
they
dad
pass?
passed away 7 years ago,
Okay.
unfortunately, and my mom is here. She's in Santa Fe, New Mexico, right now, where I
That's
grew
a
up.
beautiful area.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I have been there.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of influence in reading about you? You mentioned that that the area there was a connection with ceramics as well.
Well,
Art.
yes, when I was born, my parents had friends who were potters at San Ildefonso Pueblo in New Mexico, and they had a son that didn't make it when he was born, and so they had a hope chest for him, and they ended up giving his name and his hope chest to me as a kid. Yeah, and they gave me the name Sepen, Tsepeen, which means Eagle Mountain, Eagle Mountain, and so
Oh, interesting.
that they were potters, Native American potters, and so I would go to the Indian dances quite a bit, for the feast days and all of these events, and meet up with them and hear the stories of their culture, and just the feeling I derived from it was this amazing sense of like being connected spiritually to the land and um, animals and art, and the diversity of the culture was just, it was very, very deep and effective in my life as an artist.
So, as you were growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and your parents were professionals in their field,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a great influence on you. So, as you were growing up, how did you? What kind of things did you do in school? Where did you get your art
Uh-huh.
training from?
So I grew up around a lot of kind of famous artists, in the desert where I grew up. There was next door to my house was a Native American artist. His name is Dan Naminga, and he's an oil painter who painted giant paintings, and so I befriended his son, and I'd go and hang out at his house quite a bit and see these paintings on the wall, and they were just amazing. And the smell of it and everything was just so alluring. And so, and then amongst there was a lot of other artists who lived out there. Eric Sloan is one, and many others. So that was played a big role in my life, in terms of a real connection, a tangible connection to the arts and just the community in general. And then my godparents and just the whole art community of Santa Fe really just heightened my awareness, I feel, to being inclined to want to do
The
be an artist.
history was
Yeah.
amazing too, there with George O'Keeffe
Yeah.
being there and
Mhm.
everything. I have been there, and Taos.
Yes.
It's really quite an amazing area, but it was wonderful because now you're not partly Native American,
No,
are
I'm
you?
not. Nope.
So the fact that you were introduced to this and you became so much part of it,
Yes.
and that spirituality and the connection that has gone into your artwork.
Yes, it has. Yes.
And so describe how that how that kind of started for you.
So for me, when I was young, my it was this memorable experience happened to me where I knew I was going to be a painter, and it was when my dad we lived out in the desert, and my dad went running quite a bit. So he went running, and I was young. I was probably 5, probably 6, and I followed him, and I couldn't find him. So I sat on the side of the road on this embankment, and this stretch car pulls up. This like black stretch car in the middle of the desert, like a limo kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy rolls down his window and he's like, "Young man, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, my dad." I gave him the story. My dad went running, and he's like, "Do you need a ride home?" And I was trusting enough to do it. I just got in the car.
It's not like
Yeah,
today.
I know it's not like
Oh,
today.
yeah.
No, not at all. And but the feeling of it and the essence of it was like this. I was watching it in slow motion or something, you know. And so I got in the car, and he proceeded to ask me my name, and I said, "My name is Eric," and he said, "My name is Eric too." And we talked a bit about this painting that was right in front of me, this red painting, and then I just remember feeling this magic from it, this spirit from it. And so we finally got to my house, which was not too far away. And then we had a conversation just about like, what am I going to be when I grow up? And I said, I want to be a painter too, you know?
Did he say he was a painter?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He explained to me his whole career in the midst of
And
a
what
few
was he
miles.
doing there? Did he
Driving from his house to town.
to town?
Yeah,
But you didn't know him prior to that.
I did not know. I heard about him.
And
yeah.
what was his name?
Eric Sloan.
So you're both Erics.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I remember getting out of the car and walking up the driveway and being like, I'm going to be a painter when I grow up. That's it.
Isn't that
No
amazing
question
how
about it. Yeah.
these things, these serendipitous things we call it, they happen to you and it really directs your life.
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll go back in a second, but we'll bring in Jeff.
Okay.
And because you were growing up and you went to school, high school,
Yes.
and
yes.
is that where you met?
Yes. I went to boarding school because I had, there was some like Santa Fe is a pretty intense place to grow up, a lot of
How so?
just like there's a lot of drunk driving, a lot of like, drugs and stuff that's going on with the young kids.
Right.
So I wasn't involved with drugs or anything like that. It was just more like the educational system. My dad wanted me to be in like a place where I would learn more and thrive.
So the boarding school was in Santa Fe?
It was in Denver, Colorado. So I was
in Denver.
Yeah.
So wait a minute now. Now he shunted you off to Denver?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where in Denver was this?
It's called Denver Academy.
Denver Academy.
Yeah, it was in southeast Denver, kind of Washington Park area.
Okay.
Is what it is. Yeah.
And then both of you were there.
Mhm.
Yep.
So Eric, say hello to. I mean, sorry,
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Jeff.
Hey.
I'm
Hello.
thinking of Eric and Jeff. And so Jeff, you were at the boarding school when
Yeah.
he was first there.
Absolutely. So we first met. It was like July. Football was about to start. This guy comes down the stairs and he just has this charisma and this kind of attitude. He's from Santa Fe, New Mexico. He had machismo. He's got a little rat tail, and that's kind of where we met, out on the football field.
Yep.
And so then you bonded as friends in school.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
football and all the sports and just in general, we got along real well. And always had a lot of adventures.
Yeah, well, how couldn't you? Had this guy from, Santa Fe, New Mexico, all the his previous life, that he had before he came there. He
So
had this element of that spirituality, and he really brought that. And I think that's what drew us,
you're
to be good
together.
friends. Yeah.
What was your background before you got there?
I'm from Denver, south part of Denver, and just kind of growing up with different learning styles. I think my parents were trying to find the best avenue for me, and Denver Academy was a blessing because the classrooms were smaller.
Mhm.
We had opportunities to have teachers with an assistant, and it was a great learning style.
What areas were you drawn to before you met Eric,
Um,
or even afterwards?
Sure. I really loved to do sports, but I think I was always out for adventure.
Adventuring.
Yeah, I'm was you know, bless my parents. They had a child that was always out testing the limits of everything, and um, you know, Eric's first year he lived downtown, and he can go into that a little bit, but he actually ended up living at my house for a
Yeah.
couple of years, and
So you
the
got into
adventures.
mischief together.
Adventures, yeah.
Yes.
My poor parents, but we we made it through it.
Yeah, it looks like you have.
Yeah.
So you've come together, and so,
Mhm.
but for a while you worked apart, right? You
Yeah.
weren't you weren't working together.
Yeah.
How long ago did you start working together?
A year and a half ago again.
Well, that's been a long time.
Well, so this is what happened. At first, we worked together building houses.
Building houses.
Yeah, building houses.
You were building houses
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
All
Well, I
right.
wasn't doing as much as he was, but I was painting a lot and did some building stuff.
Okay.
But so he had his business when I was working with him, right out of art school. So we worked together for a while and did a lot of different projects,
Mm-hmm.
like remodeling homes and building
Went
new.
skiing every Monday.
Yeah, we took off, went skiing every month. So we kept our
Adventures.
relationship going for a
Mm-hmm.
while there. And then there was a pause because of different things in our marriages, and you know what I mean. We were both married for a while. I was married 20 years.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a
I have
long
3
time.
girls.
Oh, how
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Mhm.
And so I want to just jump back for a second to art school.
Yes.
Which school did you go to?
Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design in Denver, Colorado.
All right. And was there a particular focus?
Yeah, I loved painting from the get-go. Everything added up all the time. I started painting and it just was amazing. I felt really good about what I was doing and just kept feeling the urge to do it. And so I was in Montana for a while in school, and I transferred because of the art class I took in Montana, and I was just so happy about these paintings. I was like, all right, I want to go to art school and find an art school. So I decided on Denver because I was, used to it.
I talked to him
Familiar
coming
with-
back to Denver.
And but it turned out to be an amazing art school. I had Clark Rickert was my the painting chair there, and he's a well-known artist in Colorado and around the world. He's a pretty worldwide guy. And Jean-Claude and Christo were there
Oh, really?
visiting, and yeah, we had a great amount of amazing artists visit the school. And
That's wonderful. Did Christo teach there?
he did not teach there, no, but he visited quite a bit.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because he brought in a different ethos than
Yeah.
most people recognize. So did you focus on field painting out in the field? Did you do landscaping? What was your particular focus?
So my focus was spirituality. It was
Spirituality.
spirit. So what I loved doing was, I feel like I can paint out of my mind, out of my spirit,
Mhm.
Mhm. And make places up that I've never seen before. And I've loved that feeling of just creating a new feeling that's never been out there before. At the same, I like using landscapes. I like using things that are, I would say more like common, you know what I mean? Like common things. But at the same time, I like to add things that are a little bit more abstract and ambiguous to them.
Well, I noticed in the, and I don't know if we can get a picture of it, Craig. Maybe we could bring something over and take a quick look at the colors that they're wearing. If they stand up, can you get a picture of this?
You can see here what you'll see.
Yeah, and maybe you can just show what we have here, because it's really quite wonderful. It feels like you're looking at an aurora borealis mixed with shapes and figures that have spiritual connotations.
Yes.
And so what you have here is this combination of wonderful mixture. As you explained, you can't really put your finger on it,
Yeah.
but you can feel it.
Yes.
It gives you energy.
Yes, it's like, so my philosophy is like using the external world and the internal world and combining them.
Yes,
So they're not really separated, you know?
that's wonderful.
Internal world is where the most creativity and world changing things come from. It's the most important place we can come from. Our inner voice is
Exactly.
the most expansive voice we can hear. You know?
I want to ask you something. What are you work alone in your studio usually?
That's what I've done over the years.
Right.
I have worked around people, and you know, it's fun to do both, really.
Well, what I'm going to ask you is an interesting thing, and
Okay.
I don't know, those of us who have found ourselves by ourselves doing whatever we do and we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that happens when you're in the middle and the process of working.
Yep.
And you're lost in it. It's that feeling. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yes.
So, and people who are listening to us and will listen to the podcast will probably recognize this sense. However, the minute you recognize it, it leaves. It's a very strange thing.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you've had that same experience. Certainly I have. You're in your room. It's the closest thing to whatever you want to call godliness or God is. And you're completely, it's rapture. You're completely absorbed in it.
Mm-hmm.
You are at one with it.
Yeah.
There's no difference between you and what you're creating. It is all part of that spirituality you're talking about.
Yes. 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 It's like what I've come to realize is that it gains momentum as well.
It does. It's an amazing, and the thing is that momentum has carried you then now, like the cape you're wearing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like almost like you're flying. And there's a weight to it, and yet it's very silky and soft, and it moves, but it carries you into other areas.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so I want to go back into the materials that you use, because you've transferred the imagery and colors onto wearables.
Yes. Yeah.
And when did that come to you to do that?
So it was an amazing. So I started doing a soundwave series, soundwave paintings. So it's the invisible visible.
So let's see. There's a reference. You can see this. This backpack, which is really beautiful. I love that because it's so unique, and you can't lose it in line. No one else would have anything like it. Well, maybe somebody might, and you like that. Or a business end of it. Yes, we'll talk about that later, Jeff, the business end of it. Sure. But what it is that those are the waves. So how did you describe how you transferred that sense of sound waves? The imagery, did you actually put it on a scope? How are you?
So what I did was I just researched a lot of sound. I was really good friends with this DJ. And I just,
with who?
A DJ, like
with a DJ.
Yeah.
Did music and that. Okay, so the permutations for music.
Yeah, so I'd always look at her screen to see the different sound waves and how they looked, and just research the anatomy of the sound. There's anatomy to them, and there's a certain way. Like, so my thing was I research these things, get used to it, and then I can spontaneously do them. You know, I don't have to look at something.
Right. Once you understand it, you can absorb it, and then it translates into the object that you're putting it on. So you don't need to you don't need to go further than that. That becomes part of your. That's a toolkit, basically. toolkit.
Yeah. So it's like an internal toolkit that I have.
So because, I mean, people are using AI and different things.
That's the thing. Yes, and I have this thing where I just won't use it because I feel so good doing it on my own and doing the lines straight, everything straight, and doing it as well as I can. Right, and it comes to writing too. I just don't want to use it. Like I
When
feel
you
good
read,
using my.
you write from within
Yeah.
without using chat GPT.
Yeah, I don't use any of it. Yeah,
Right.
and I love it. Like we'll talk about Africa in a little bit, but
Yes.
I narrated every single day we were there, and just it was really fluid within me and just came out. The writing just came out. And like I feel like it would have taken me a long time to use AI with that and like see if I really liked what the AI said about it and if it matched up with my experience, this and that. But I know I got it directly from my own experience and directly from what I saw. So it was easy to write down, in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, even though all these are tools, the
Yeah.
sound waves,
Yep.
AI, we've had people on, we had Chip Malinowski, who's a well-known artist. All these are tools, but everything has its use and limits and consequences.
Yeah.
And I think that you're talking about consequence right now, about that one-to-one relationship with your work and with the people who you've been dealing with and you've traveled. We'll talk a lot about travels. We want to talk more about the business end of it, how that does it, and we'll show some more of your things.
Yeah.
I was wondering that sound waves also, I should, in my own self-serving ways, they include voices.
Yes. So
exactly,
this thing took off. I mean, I gotta tell you, I did these sound wave paintings, okay, and then I made the coat out of it. Just one of the coats, just a coat, a windbreaker, right? And I went to this restaurant I always went to, and everyone's like, "Where'd you get the coat? Where'd you get?" Like, then everywhere I went, people were asking me where I got this coat. So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make more coats. I'm gonna make more things." And so I just started doing that, and it just was great. And then the sound wave aspect of it was, I don't know how, it's just some attractiveness to it. I think it has to do with the getting the anatomy right on it and stuff, like getting them so they look good, but the voice. So I've had all these talks with people, and I have all these different ideas that I'm going to implement into my regimen here. And that one of them is like sound waves. When someone says "I love you," you can get the sound waves from that, exactly from the exact person that says it. They're a little different they vary every single person, and or how you say it. But I can paint that, whatever, like paint that or paint I love you, or do you want to marry me, or you look beautiful.
Your fiance.
Yes, my fiance is right here.
We can't see her, but she might come around the camera
right.
and bring something with you that would up. Oh yes, let's see. Come around with a purse and stand right next to Eric.
All right, baby.
and introduce yourself and look how this beautiful purse that she's brought with imagery on it.
This painting is called Ella.
And Ella represents what?
It's just when a mortal with a divine identity. So it's like changing into divinity. We're all on a journey from being human to divine, and so this is like a transitional phase.
She, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Popular purse.
That is beautiful. I like the way the handles go over her ears, almost like she has listening to sound.
Yeah.
Or she's either listening or she's cutting out the excessive amounts of noise that get into our heads all the time. Yeah, it's quite lovely. It's quite lovely. And I think that you brought a purse over there. There was another one that you had. You might want to bring over too. You had several interesting ones. I think there was one that you had. Is there one that
there might be one out there?
Me? Oh, it may be out there. Yeah. We can look at that in a little bit.
Okay, cool.
But but so that's really wonderful the way you've tied all this together. And I know that you've been showing your work for quite some time. So tell us a little bit about where you were exhibiting.
So I graduated art school and I had my own website, which back then I guess was pretty cool.
You still have one?
Yeah. And you know, and so I always was like really careful about where I show. I don't know. I have always had this thing about I don't just want to show anywhere, or I don't I don't know. It was like I had to keep some things close to the vest a little bit, and I didn't want to be out all around Denver for some reason. I don't know. It was just a strange thing, but I was focused on learning from the masters like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and all these guys, you know, and their technique and what not necessarily as much technique as anatomy and just the effort it took for them to
Well,
do
there
those.
you have your parents again because
Yeah.
of the medical
Yeah.
background and your
Yeah.
interest, you know.
Yeah.
So that came forward too. So you had all of that.
Yeah, that was involved with my life. I felt like I was getting taught because I would get these thoughts that were like, all right, you're in school now. It's like a university of my own I had where one day I would spend time doing the anatomy, and one day I would spend time doing all these experiments, and then another day I would do this landscapes or drawings, you know, and some paintings too. So it was like this school I felt like I was in on my own. And I was really excited about it. And then
Taught rather than homeschool, self school.
it was amazing. I was like, open up a book, start drawing the whatever, this, you know, learning. Really
Constantly.
voracious, just appetite for learning all these different ways that we can combine abstract and representation together
Mhm.
and past and the present and, you know, creating a timeless feel, so to speak. That's kind of my thing. Is like,
So the doors that opened for you
mhm.
and you exhibited. So
Yep.
what were you, how did you connect in that? And the reason why I ask this is because many students who are in art school, they sometimes get a program. You can be this, you could be that, you could be this, you could
Mhm.
teach. So you kind of broke away from that pattern
Mhm.
and you went out. How did you connect? I mean, I keep going back to the gentleman who was driving down the street and you allowed to drive you home.
Yeah.
That kind of, I would say, acceptance.
Uh-huh.
Most people are run with such fear these days,
Yeah.
and we are
True.
just really on edge now. I
Mm.
mean, more than I've ever seen in my life.
Boy, if I need to try.
And you know, there was a time when you would hitchhike, for instance, or
Mhm.
you would do all these things. Now, not so much. I mean, most people wouldn't do that. But here you went out. Now, how did you connect to show all over the world?
So I was sitting at my house one day and I got an email from the Florence Biennale
In
in
Firenze?
Italy.
Yes.
They said they wanted me to show in the Florence Biennale, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Where
Like
did they see your work?
they found it on my website.
Your website.
Yeah.
Now, I asked you if you still have a website.
Yeah.
And could you tell us what that is?
Yeah, it's ericanthonyhines.com.
HINDS,
Yep.
Hines.
Yep.
EricAnthonyHines.com.
Yeah.
And it'll take you right to your website.
That's right.
For people who are listening, that would be really excellent.
Mhm.
That's what. So you were asked to show in the Biennale.
Yeah. Which I was amazed by the odds of that. Like,
Mhm.
I was like, who in Denver was asked? You know, it just blew my mind to think about that. And so I was like,
It's a door that opened for you.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Yes, I'm gonna do it. You know, and I literally had that in my mind. If I don't do this, my whole life would be different.
That's right.
A
Every
whole
step
different-
you take.
Yeah. And so I did it, and boom, everything just took off. Like in terms of Italy, you know.
What happened in Italy? I know there's a number of references in your brochure to Italy and your journey
Mhm.
there and how that was, you know, at the Accademia in Italia in art.
So since the Biennale, I was invited to show in a castle, and then I have a painting in another castle down in near the Adriatic in Bari, Italy. It's Castle Suevo, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's in actually Trani, Italy. Trani, Italy. So I have a painting there, and then I was invited. After that, I just started getting like, there's an association there called it uh, Italian Art nel Mundo.
Oh, okay.
Italian Art nel Mundo.
Okay, so
And they're affiliated with giving awards out, like pretty high awards for like
this one
amazing.
here.
Yeah. Italian Art Nel Mundo. Yep. And they're just like this group of scientists and artists, like these professionals that give out these pretty big awards, you know? And so in 2008, I wanted to get, I felt like I really wanted to get an award at the Florence Biennale. But I'm glad I didn't, because the award is Lorenzo Magnifico, who is like, I don't know, like some people think he was a protagonist, think that he's a protagonist in the art world, but I think he was more of an antagonist, you know?
An
And antagonist kind of.
antagonist,
Yeah,
not a protagonist.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. And so I was glad not to get that. I didn't want to start.
People angst.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's kind of an arrogant guy.
Gives out angst.
He was an arrogant guy. He was, you know.
Sometimes you do have that, you have this, you can get very talented people, but it's almost like they have a hole and they can't get enough.
Yeah.
Where it seems that what you're always looking for is ways to give, ways to embrace.
Yes.
And that's a
100%.
spirituality quality, even though on the hard surface, so to speak, these are objects that are purchasable, because one does have to recognize that you have to live. But the passion means that you go into, if a door opens, you go through it.
That's right.
And your curiosity gets
and it opens doors. I can't believe what's happened in the past year and a half. Oh my gosh, it's it's blowing my mind. Everywhere.
To share with a couple of things, tell us about that.
Just starting to close, and then the way people were responding to those, and then our relationship, how we developed the idea of, all right, we're gonna move. He's gonna move to California. I was with Pato living here already. He moved here. So we could start, our idea was just to go around and do pop-ups, all around, and start just putting out these spiritual weapons of mass construction, and seeing what it did. But then I got it in my mind that we were going to have the storefront. So we got the storefront, and since we've been here, and this is all a pretty rapid amount of time.
So it's only been what?
We've been here since March.
So not even a year.
Yeah, not even a year. And the people we've met, it's been just fabulous. Everyone here is amazing.
We should have that sense here in this community.
Yeah. And like really heavy hitters. We've been a lot of really heavy hitters and we're working with a really good guy. I mentioned him earlier, Randy Morgan. He was the artist of the year here last year in Laguna Beach.
Right.
And we have a big project working with him right now.
Where's that?
we have to wait on announcing it.
All right. We won't ask then.
Yeah.
Is it going to be local though?
Somewhat, but mostly, I don't want to say too much about it. I think it's going to be more worldwide though.
All right.
Yeah.
Eric,
very good.
And Jeff, typically, and I think this stereotypically, I think artists are not always the best person to promote their own art because they're so close to it often, and they don't see maybe the vision of a third person that has maybe a broader spectrum. I am assuming that Jeff is part and parcel in that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think, like Eric said, he has held it very close to the vest for years. But I think it was a great strategy because, he was able to really develop his skill and talent and just put it together. But I think it, what I see in Eric and what inspires me is his belief in his art and what is behind it. And so that gets me excited about it because he is in a way wanting to really display it. And this is such a great platform.
But you're creating a business model.
Absolutely.
And the business model is interesting because this is not something that's typical in art schools.
Sure.
A business model, although more of them they're moving towards that because there's a fine line and a little dangerous because you have to be careful. It's like the idea of going into a gallery and selling and then you stuck because you're selling only, they have to make money on you. So there's a very fine line between what you're offering and you keep on growing and moving and allowing yourself to do that and not get stuck.
Well, it has to have integrity. That's the bottom line.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's not part of the art adventure, obviously the passion is there with you, Eric.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. This is out in left field, Leah, but this week Jimmy Kimmel talked about his band leader and their relationship and how they met at a young age and the crazy ass things they did, and it shades that see of your friendship.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like he said, my friend slept at my house 30 days in a row because didn't go home.
Yeah.
We were that close of a
Mhm.
friendship,
Yep.
and those friendships are rare, I think, in this day
Yeah.
and age. And all so
We've definitely had that sort of a friendship. There was a long period of time after high school that he worked for me for a little bit, but he really was always doing his art. But we made it a priority to get together. I mean,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
typically I would drive over after work, we'd hang out, I'd come back home, very late, but it was just being able to hang out, and part of that was because that connection of being able to have somebody that you could speak spiritually to,
Mhm.
and on a different level. What a lucky friend I was to have a man
Yeah.
like this and had this
And me as well.
level of spirituality.
Well, see, some of
it's-
these connections are really important
Absolutely.
in your life.
Yeah.
And you, when you open those doors and allow that to happen,
Mhm.
it's magic.
It
And
really
it's
is, yeah.
thrilling. It is.
Yeah. So yeah, we've a lot of people have thought we were brothers for years, and and
Well, you are in spirit.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
you are.
And we have had very unique experiences together. One of which is this tornado experience we had.
Tornado?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience. We're working on this house together in Castle Rock, Colorado, and I just remember
Which is
waking
right
in
up on the
morning and
foothills.
like, hey, there's gonna be a tornado today.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
showed up work. It's like not a cloud in the sky. He said, I think there's gonna be a tornado today.
And man, we were working. All of a sudden, the sky turns green. We're like, what? Is this real? And it kept turning more and more ominous. And we ran up to the top of this hill. And lo and behold, this
Directly
right
above us.
It was coming right down on
oh
me
my.
to
That-
suck us up, So we ran down to the
Amazing.
house and, whatever, just got in the house and we saw the tornado pull the roof off this barn down the road. And, it's just,
But to
we've had-
watch it form right above us after he shows up with a completely
It was
blue
amazing.
sky. And I'm like, bro, where'd you get that?
These are amazing experiences. I share that with you. I followed tornadoes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I saw it destroy a complete town.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
It's
driving
it's
me
amazing to
nuts.
watch that
It is
the
nature.
power in that.
The
I mean,
power
I-
of nature.
Parked on the side of the road just to watch, even try to see if it was forming, because you just see that. It's just the
It
most
is-
beautiful
it
thing.
is
but
beautiful.
destructive, scary, and it
right
happens.
now we're having an unusual weather condition
With the
all through the Canada, the aurora borealis,
Yeah.
and all the things that are happening. The sky they were showing today, the beautiful
Mm.
colors, and just I mean, nature just puts on. It's just amazing, and we're part of it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so we're not separate from it.
No, we're not.
And so when I look at your work
Mm-hmm.
that you're wearing, it has all that in it. It all, all that sense of color and wavelengths and
Yeah.
and motion.
Uh-huh.
So that I mean, it's just terrific how you are so connected to all of it, and yet you're also connected to the idea that business is an important part because you do
Mhm.
have to go places, you do have to eat, you do have to have a roof
Right.
over your head, so to
Yeah.
speak. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to, but most people want that. And you've only been in town a short
Mm.
distance, as they say.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
and you're making a name for yourself already. I think it would be really interesting to have Randy stop by,
Okay.
and if you want to give him a buzz, that's
Okay.
fine. It would be fun just if
Okay.
he wants to.
Wonderful.
And on our second hour.
Okay.
Yeah, you did submit some music. But
Alright.
before I get into music, I would like to touch on energy,
Okay.
and I think maybe we'll save it for the next hour. But I
Okay.
do think that's a
Awesome.
big part of spirituality.
Yes, it is.
that's
It's part of it.
that's
Yeah,
Yes.
and bring it more into the limelight. But anyway, there's a song here. It's called "Love Will Carry Us Through." Is that the one?
That's from Pato Banton, my buddy.
Is that,
My really
you
good
said that
friend,
one
Pato.
kind of reflected your attitude and your feeling? Is that the right song?
Yeah, you
Or
know,
or was it
yeah. I mean, like in somewhere, yeah, it does. It does overall reflect.
Tell us before we turn it on. Tell us a little bit about your connection with Paso
Pato.
Pasan.
So Pato is a reggae legend. He's an amazing. He's the most loving man I've ever known, and he serves everybody. He's very selfless,
Where is he from?
and he's from Birmingham, England.
From England.
Yes, Birmingham, England.
That's what I read.
And he's kind of well known around the world. California. He lives here. He lives in Lake Elsinore area.
All right.
And I lived with him last year for the whole year. And that's when I went to Africa with him to 9 countries and had an amazing experience with him there. But we have just, he's like almost like a father figure to me. So my dad died, passed away, and he just was there for me. And, you know, and we're also really brother friends, really good brothers. And I've helped him out with his tours all the time and lived with him, just love being with him. You know?
Oh, wonderful.
And so he's the godfather of my children, and he's going to be down here soon.
Well, we'll look forward to meeting him.
If you're just tuning in, we are here with Art Walking, our monthly program on the second Thursday of each month, Art Walking Art. And we're here with Eric Anthony Hines and his business partner. And let's say it's a lot more than business partner. It's a dear friendship with Jeff Olson. And we have lots more to talk about.
And we're going to listen to this music.
Yep. That's
All right.
next. Yeah, here we go.
Awesome. Yeah.
Jaja, love is like a rainbow, covering the spectrum of life. Ultraviolet rays of love help us through our troubles and strife. Invisible showers, yeah, rain down and touch us each day. I feel it in my heart and soul, and I know it's true when I say love will carry us through. Through the rain and the storm, we go on and on. Love will carry us through. No matter what they say, I believe God will carry us Well, as I look around me, all over this world I see the rich man's glory, surrounded by the poor man's poverty. Well, it's the same old story, yeah, but there's gotta be a change somewhere. See, I believe in the prophecy that the meek shall inherit this world someday. It'll carry us through the rain and the storm. We go on and on. Love carry us through. No matter what they say, yeah. You can have all the money in the world if you ain't got your love. Yes, you can have all the diamonds and the pearls if you ain't got your love. Don't mean a thing. Some say it's all about the Benjamins, the most bling bling and material things. But people everywhere, let me tell you something. If you ain't got your love, don't mean a thing. So don't let the system get you down. No, no, no. Set your foundation on a higher ground. You do remember Jah is there with you, guiding you through. I know it's true. He'll carry us through. We go on and on. Carry us through. Them say carry us through the storm. We carry us through. No matter what they say, hey, hey, no matter what them say or do, gotta carry us through.
KXRN LP, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach.
If you
KXFM
wanna get-
104.7, KXFMradio.org.
KXFM 104.7 Laguna Beach Radio.
If you're just tuning in, it's Art Walking, the second Thursday of the month, and we're here with Jeff Olson and Eric. I got one more song up from them we're going to play, and then we'll get back to our two guests. A little bit more about Eric. His art and fashion have been celebrated across Europe, earning prestigious honors, including the Oscar Award for Creativity, the Ambassador of Mediterranean Art Award, and recognition as one of the new masters of world contemporary art. Through his paintings and couture designs, he seeks to elevate consciousness, celebrate freedom, and inspire transformation around the world. This next song that they've asked for us to get on the air is Aquamarine.
Dive into me. I'm not
Yes. Most people don't even, I never even see it until you say, well, it's right there. And then they go, they'll grab that. I did that for years. Oh, really? Yeah. We have a minute and 40 seconds. Yep. We're going to play another song. I'm playing Aquamarine.
By the sun, it's a love affair, heart of the ocean around my neck. Don't have to say it, you know what's next. Give me hope, give me hope, give me hope, give me hope.
And we're back with Art Walking Art on is our website, and it's Art Walking Radio is the program. I just wanted to say that if you're just tuning in, we have two guests again, Eric Anthony Hines and Jeff Olson, and they do have a website for their art and their I guess their product line,
Apparel, yeah.
apparel.
Yep.
And that's Eric Anthony Hines, HINES.com.
And there's
Yeah.
also another one as well for the clothes.
Oh,
That's for the paintings.
Oh, that's
So
for
yeah,
the painting.
yeah. The clothes is SWOMC.com.
oh,
SWOMC. Spiritual Weapons of Mass Construction.com.
Construction.
Yeah.
Remember
Construction. Yeah, because I have to get into that too, because that was the reason of the narrative behind that is because I grew up right near Los Alamos. I
I
can see
wanted to
it.
talk to you about
I-
that because of the atomic
Yes, and
testing.
that's why.
I just wanted to add that this program is available as a podcast post show, and that's available at artwalking.art. And it's free. You can download it, you can listen to it, you can share it, you can download it and edit it, whatever you want to do with it. If you missed anything in our program and wanted to catch up with it.
And we also have a call-in number.
We do. If you'd like to call in and talk to any of us
right.
tonight or any future date, that number is 949-715-5936. That's actually our request line here at KXFM Radio.
People call in, but we've also had wonderful experiences with people calling in from all over the country.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And that was quite wonderful. I remember we had a close friend from Hollywood that was with Disney.
Okay.
And we had my grandson on who was on the spectrum, and he was talking about that. And they were so impressed. We had calls from New York. So this is the kind of connection, but there's things that happen again, just like what you said. You open the door opens and you peek in, and pretty soon you're connected with something that you never thought you'd be connected with. Isn't that true?
Yes,
And we've all had that experience. And the thing is, it's so wonderful. It's not unique and it's not about bragging, but it's just something to be, I think, primarily to pay attention to, because I don't know what it is now exactly, although I feel like it's probably not too different from when I was over at the university, and you were really taught a certain pro forma of how you were going to do it. You could go to a gallery, you could be a preparator in a museum, you could teach, but it's through listening and it's through allowing yourself to experience things, kind of that outside voice that you put things together, and the connections that you make, because those connections are really the basis of how you move through life.
And it's just, and it's an amazing point you made. And I think that every connection is valuable. And there's no, like, you can talk to the most meek person, the most humble person about it, and it's just so valuable, in some way to them, just like, or me. And then it's just, I could talk to some heavy hitter who owns all these businesses and this and that, you know what I mean? And it's got the same value. So I don't see a hierarchy of value when it comes to meeting anyone. It's just, they have their own spot, and it's just, everyone opens a door for us, whether it's this guy in business or it's a person we're talking to about their life. There's always these doors that open. And it's just, like you said, it's really good to be able to listen and take it in, and then be aware of what we can do to spread the light. That's my main thing in life, is to spread the light and love, really, when it comes down to it.
And then when you wear the clothes, it's just a way of showing that it transforms into that.
Yes, like the whole idea behind my paintings in general were spiritual weapons of mass construction, which means I want to elevate, transform, and transfigure things and my mind, and to make it a higher realm of perspective, And so when it comes to the clothes, I want to make sure that I want to empower people with what I do. I don't want to try to just sell something without a message. For me, I feel like it's really important to have some value behind the message, and some truth and effectiveness to actually have a way of transforming our society outside of this matrix we're now living in.
It's a reminder. And when you're actually wearing the clothes, it's a reminder about that. I do want to give a shout out to the Laguna Art Museum, their Art and Nature program. Julie Perlin's doing an incredible job. And they have a fashion show that connects with art. But I think, as I had mentioned, to Jeff,
Mm-hmm.
that these connections are, important because
Absolutely.
they have a beautiful shop there
Mm.
and they may be very interested in seeing your portfolio. I
Okay.
think that's something that is worth looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
The art school in the canyon
Mm-hmm.
is going through changes as well. There are certain classes that they have that would probably connect, and the work you are creating and what you're doing in terms of wearable art and usable art,
Mm-hmm.
the purses and all the things that you have, all the different ways that you're putting them together,
Uh-huh.
they uh, they say something about the arts and the importance of it, how to express yourself in everything you do, including how you wear things.
Yes, that's
And we used to have the Arts Commission. We did a program many years ago,
mm-hmm.
and we had something called Arts in Motion.
Yes.
And we had people coming in parachutes down.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow.
we had motorcycles and automobiles. And it became, for 4 years, we did that. The Krishnas were part of it. Everybody was part of this. And it became a model for Los Angeles for their work there with Mayor Bradley started
Whoa.
a a whole program there. And it was interesting because it was right on Main Beach. So we keep growing,
Huh.
we keep changing,
That is interesting.
but the spirit of this community and the fact that you're here now
Yeah.
enhances it even more because we
Yes.
keep thinking everything's going to become commercialized. And then we see the shops are closing down, and yet you
Mhm.
show up.
What-
And here you are.
I
You
think,
know,
I think we came at the
So,
perfect time.
we have heard, and I'm not gonna be bashful about it, but we have heard things about the business climate here and how it's not, as friendly as it could be in different ways. I'm not gonna get into that, but we did. So I feel like for us, it was divinely coordinated that we were supposed to be here in Laguna Beach.
How did that happen? I want to.
So it came down. Well,
Yeah.
so we were gonna do
It's
the
about how you came to Laguna
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
That's a question we ask everybody on this program. What is it that brought you to Laguna Beach?
And don't say a car or a bus.
Well,
No.
we had that. Someone said that. They took a motorcycle.
Yeah. So we weren't planning on it whatsoever. We were planning on doing the pop-ups all around
That's right. That's what you were talking
beach,
about.
this, that. Then we came up with the idea that we wanted a storefront instead. Just because yeah.
Space.
Because then we could work there and do things there and like have see people and talk to them, which is kind of like against the normal trend right now is, you see businesses not having the
Well,
storefront.
everything is online.
Yeah.
So
no
but
touchy
to do
feely.
to do a storefront, but we needed people to be able to actually see the product,
You have to
live.
touch it.
Yeah, you got to
have
touch it.
feel
You got to
You have to sense it.
Yeah.
You have to try it on.
right.
And so, we looked at a few places, like honestly, just a few. Like Encinita was one, and maybe Corona Del Mar. But this one popped up on the radar, and we went to visit it, and just immediately said, "Oh my God, this speaks to us. This is perfect. I love Laguna Beach. I've
How did
spent.
you know about Laguna?
Well, I went here with Pato, a lot.
Oh, you came here.
Yeah, I came to Mozambique quite a bit, and
Did he know? Did he go to Sound Spectrum?
I don't
Who knows?
know if he's been there.
Jim Otto's place.
We
was-
Yeah,
were at the ribbon cutting for that.
I would imagine he probably has been by there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the river. You were down at the
Yeah,
Rivian. Okay.
The ribbon cutting. No, for the sound spectrum.
For the sound.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for the sound spectrum. Yeah. Well, Jim Otto's passed, of course, but
Yeah, I guess it's
he
when
was.
they took over.
Yeah, it's still there. I mean, it still has that, right there on the Coast Highway, and that they still have the platters and all the music from way back. Oh yeah. I mean, he was really an icon here, and that's still here. So Laguna still has that.
Mhm.
The basic things are still here.
Yeah.
We have to be careful that we don't lose everything. And of course, it's no one's individual fault. We all contribute to one way or the other.
Yes.
So coming in and reinvigorating and bringing it back is a wonderful thing
Yeah.
that you're here and that you're sharing this with us.
We feel so blessed to be here.
Yeah, we
Um,
realized that right away when we first moved here.
Yeah.
That this
There's a
was
lot of
we couldn't have found a
ways
better
to
place.
connect here,
Yeah.
and
I mean, it
Well,
started
the
right
community,
away. Yeah.
yeah, just the community in general.
that's
And-
great.
Yeah.
So we feel like it's definitely our home in one way, our families, and so it's just nice. It's nice to have this be our like nucleus right now.
And so let's go on and talk about your travels to
Okay.
Africa.
Yeah.
And how that, what doors opened and how that became part of your life, and with Pato and the music and where you went and what was happening there.
Okay. So it was what, 2 Christmases ago. I was at Pagosa Springs in Colorado where I have a place. And I was with my sister, and he calls me up. He's like, "Eric, do you want to go to Africa with me?" Like, what? Seriously? Yeah, of course I do, we're gonna go to 10 countries. We were supposed to go to 10 countries. We couldn't get the visa for Nigeria in the airport when we were transferring from Ethiopia. We were gonna go to, but we couldn't get that visa. It was a problem. But they did the event anyway without us there. But
Now, what kind of event was
so
this?
this is what we were doing was he hired me. So he's like, Eric, I want to hire you to film. This is a return visit. So let me just give you a little summary of why. So he did this film. It's called The Spirit of Ubuntu, which means I am because we are. That's how Ubuntu, yeah, it means I am because we are.
Right.
And it's the way that communities work together to raise each other up. And it's not it's the opposite of selfishness. It's working together and inspiring each other to rise up. And there's so many ways we can all do that. I mean, that's kind of what spiritual weapons of mass construction is too. It's the same kind of thing. Like lift people up, help them out. So this movie that he made, and you can check it out on his, you can just look up The Spirit of Ubuntu. Anyone who wants to check it out can look at this documentary Pato did. But anyway, he went around to all these countries and they filmed how these communities work together, and from orphans and widows to doctors and lawyers, people helping out to try to make it a better place. Africa is going through a lot, and it's the origin of Ubuntu started in Africa. So what he hired me to do was film the return visit. So he already had the film out. He wanted to show, well, not out to the public, but he wanted to show the people who were involved with the film in the first place, the screening. So we're going to show the screening of the film to everyone who was involved with the film, and then their friends and the people around Africa, right? And so he hired me to do that, to film this return visit. So every time some people would come out of the theater, I'd ask them questions. How did you like this? And also he hired me to narrate every day that I was there.
So you were actually in the theaters?
Yeah, we had to get theaters there in Africa to show the screening of this film.
How many countries was this?
So we ended up going to 9.
9 countries.
Yes.
And in every country, you went to the capital or small villages, or where?
So
For the
primarily it was the capitals. Like, for example, in Zimbabwe, it was Kigali.
Mhm.
Oh, no, that was Rwanda. Kigali is in Rwanda. And so we went to South Africa, Zimbabwe, Burundi, Ethiopia, Ghana, Senegal, and I think I left out a few. But so yeah, we went to all these countries, and we had to show the screening of to everybody. So, but my job was to narrate every single day we were there. So what we went through in the airports, what we went through getting the theaters, hooking up, getting everything coordinated in these capitals. There was a time we went to Burundi. There was a rural village we were at that was spectacular, and we got to see all the way the people live there, and also just learn from them.
And which country was
Get
this?
inspired by them. Burundi.
In Burundi?
Yeah, and just be inspired by how they live in their lives, and then just kind of just help them out in any way we can, and get a vision for the future and how we can. I want to use the clothes in some way or another, what I'm doing, to really generate a lot of hope there and whatever I can.
How did they respond to your
It was amazing.
clothing?
I was amazed.
Did they wear them? Did you get filmed?
They wanted to buy them off me. And
Really?
yeah, so I'd be like I'd wear them all the time. I just wear a windbreaker, even though it was hot. I'd wear it because it was
But they have to wear clothing because of the heat.
yeah. In some of the
Depending on,
places,
you
yeah.
were in Cameroon too. Is that another place?
I didn't go to Cameroon this time, but no. No, but the
Morocco?
people, so in general, though, the people were amazing. I had no problems with anybody, not one problem with anybody. They were all like family. All the people I met were very gracious, very loving,
Mm-hmm.
protective of me in certain situations and all that. But I never had one problem. I got to say, like, that was the most amazing trip I've ever experienced in my life. You know, being in these places that were supposedly really dangerous or whatever.
I know,
When you
fear
bring
again, the fear,
Yeah.
and then you go and you realize. Now, were you both together?
No.
No,
Did
I
you not
was
go there?
no.
Are you going to go?
Absolutely. Next time.
It's
Can't wait.
it's a pretty amazing continent,
It is
and
amazing.
people don't realize, how large it is, and
Mhm.
how many different places, how many heritage sites are there.
Mhm.
And the another thing is the geology of it and the connection to our country here.
Yeah,
That when you
it's true.
pull them together, you will see, like up the East Coast,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. You can see the way that
it's the granite is
Yep.
the same, and you fit them together. It's
Yeah.
so fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah. When it was Gaia and one big
Uh-huh.
planet. So
Uh-huh.
an amazing experience that you had there.
Oh my gosh. Like I was tempted to want to live there, honestly.
Well, that is something. I mean, it's a beautiful thought that you could live anywhere, actually.
Yeah, it is. That is true.
For
Yeah.
periods of time and get inspired by that place. Because look, you've already, in this short amount of time, you've gone from, uh, you know, Santa Fe and to Denver, and
Yeah.
you're in California,
Yeah.
and you're moving through.
Yeah.
So, do we really have to be in one place forever?
That's a great question. I don't feel like I feel like
Part of the world.
I love so many I love Santa Fe, New Mexico, where I grew up a lot. I love Laguna Beach for different reasons, for the ocean, for the pleasantness of it, and for the beautiful people, the beautiful landscape. The weather is great, you know. I just love a lot of different places, and so I just have a zest for adventure and hunger for. I don't know. I feel like the earth is my home, kind of like.
Well, it is. It is our home.
Yeah,
That's exactly
there's-
what it is. Oh, here's
Randy, man.
Good. We have another face coming in. Open the door for Randy. Come on in.
Come on, Randy.
We have a new person here. You'll have to introduce him. Hi, Randy. Come on in.
This is Randy Morgan, Laguna Beach Artist of the Year last year, and a visionary, a legend.
Hi, Randy. I'm Leah
I
Vasquez.
I've met you before.
That's right. We have. It's been a while. It's been nice to see you. Thank you for coming by.
Sure, that's for inviting.
Well, we're going to
I'll
just.
see my spaghetti and
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We wanted to chat a little bit about all these adventures and the different things
Sit
that
on
are
my lap.
going on.
Come over here, man. Just pull up.
Just keep moving over.
We got this other chair.
We have-
Come on, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Get that chair. No. He's gonna get it and bring it over here.
Yeah, we're just going to move
Oh.
down the line. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
So we're talking about the inspiration for art and how that changes people's lives. And I only
people that
met,
make it or the people that see it.
well, both actually.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think there's necessarily a line. It's the people who want to be inspired or come across something they've never seen before. Randy, you know how to just get it near your mouth all the way close. Just pull it forward. There you go. So, Randy, tell us a little about you and how your connection is with Eric.
Well, first I met Jeff,
Jeff,
chamber event.
Chamber of Commerce here in town.
Yeah. So
Oh, nice.
I'm
what
a
were they
member.
doing?
Finally gave me a membership because they got tired of me going for free. But I told them, in the words of the great Groucho Marx, why would I want to be in an organization that would have me for a member?
That's it. That's Groucho, all right.
So but I joined.
And so,
I met Jeff.
very quickly about your connection in the arts. I know that you are an artist,
Right.
and your mediums.
I'm a sculptor. I'm famous in town for the Skipper statue across from
Yes, I see it. Yeah, I know he was something else.
Surfer Wall in the Hobie building.
That's right.
A little known piece at the Art Hotel. I mean the Art Hotel in North Laguna.
Yes, I know that hotel.
Around the pool.
That's right.
The big mural on the Hennessy building in San Juan, the front desk at the new hotel.
How long have you been in town?
I've been here since 1970.
All right.
And you're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
I know. I know.
You know.
So how did you two
You live
meet?
long enough, you know, it adds up.
That's right. How did you meet?
So
You and Eric.
First met Jeff, and he told me about Eric.
Okay. So where did you meet?
I met him at a chamber event.
I met him at another chamber event after that.
So now we're in Chambers.
So we're part of the chamber.
So
Chamber
we
Club.
met, and then I saw what they were doing, and it was so amazing. The clothes were so amazing, and their art, and the way he does his art, and then applies it to the clothing. I was astounded, and also have a TV show coming up, and I wanted them to be on the show.
And what is the TV show?
It's going to be called Randyland.
Randyland?
Randyland.
And where is that going to be aired? How is that going to be aired?
When I came up, I worked for the studios because there were no
In LA?
in LA and Anaheim and Burbank.
Okay.
Made a lot of art on the theme parks. A lot of it on Disney Tokyo.
Where's that?
Disney Tokyo.
Okay, in
lot of
Disney
Orlando.
Tokyo. Okay.
And, so when I was coming up, and I would say their age, there was no social media. So there were no platforms to put your art on. There was no branding yourself on social media. And so you had to put your stuff in a gallery if you didn't sell any.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah,
You only
you're
have so
sleeping in
many
your
things to
car.
do, right?
And I had 6 kids, and my wife, she didn't want to sleep in the car, so I had to go to get a check. So that's the route I took.
Uh-huh.
I did the art festival 1 year, and then
Here in town?
yeah, here in town.
Okay.
Eric and I talk a lot about. We were talking the other day about the question we're often asked is, when did you first know you were an artist?
Yeah.
And so he told me all his little stories about the. I don't know if he told you about the
Yeah.
Raven,
Oh, I didn't tell you about the Raven.
the Raven and meeting
The Raven.
meeting people.
Aren't they smart? Oh.
Raven was my kindergarten teacher. I was in love with my kindergarten teacher, and she taught us how to draw and paint. And so to impress her, I put extra effort in a horse painting that I did, and she entered it in the LA County Fair, and I won the blue ribbon.
Wow.
So and a dinner at Sizzler for my family. So and then she got married at the end of the year to her college sweetheart and broke my heart. So at five, I learned about love, and I learned about my path in life.
I think that it's so wonderful. No, we love this is what this program's all about, artwalking.art. We talk about this because younger people don't know that there are more paths than they even can imagine, and it's all about connections.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote a book called The Creation Code, 5 bestseller in 5 categories on Amazon. And I wrote the book to talk to the parents of artists and artists as well, how to be an artist, and it's okay to be an artist in today's world. When I was coming up,
I know.
not so much. I mean, your parents didn't want you to be an artist because there's a term called starving artist. And that's literally what you have to do to become an artist, especially in the old days. You had to wash dishes. You had to do whatever you did to make your art good enough so you can make a living on it. I mean, I think there was a lot of alcoholism, drug use, and stuff like that that came along with being an artist because you're behind your peer group that went to college and got a job and got a car so they could date the girl they want. I mean, you can't ask the little hottie to get
you were caught.
the little hottie to get on the bus. Let's go to dinner.
I know these are great. So we're sitting here with all these generations, you see, and then you can see because I know exactly what you're talking about because even when I was over at the university, it was still the same.
Yeah.
It was still get a job, and the parents would be coming into my office and
No,
raising their
they want
hands
him
and
to be-
saying,
they want him
"Please
to
tell
be-
me they're going to make a living."
Yeah, they want the kid to be an accountant or a lawyer.
My dad was.
He's got no aptitude for it. He can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time, but he can draw like hell. And it's like, so.
But now you
what,
can
what do you
use
think he
bubble
should
gum
be?
to make things with.
What do you think he should be? Maybe he should be an artist. Like there's a kid in town. I'm going to mention his name and give him a plug. His name's Eric Henderson.
I
the
know
guitar
Eric.
player. So I've been real good friends with this family.
Yeah,
And
he's very talented.
God bless his father for sending him over to study with Segovia.
Yes.
When he was 14 years old.
That's right.
Flunking out of school, and he wasn't a student. And what are you going to do with this kid?
Yeah.
But he put money into him in the right way. And I think that's what we need to do.
Well, that's what good parenting is.
And our colleges too.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
need to learn that some people are artists, some people are musicians. Not everybody can.
well, they're all artists in their own medium.
Yeah.
You can be an artist in any medium.
Right. I believe
It's art if you say it is.
Well, if you do whatever you do to the level of high art, like you put a lot of effort in it and it's your art, then it's your art.
It's your passion.
It's your passion and your art.
Right.
So
That's
I
right.
agree with you.
Yeah. No, I think we all agree on that. This is wonderful. We're so glad you dropped in.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrific.
Love these kids.
Yeah.
I call them,
We love
I have a little 4-year-old sheepadoodle, and we
You have a
friend.
4-year-old?
A 4-year-old sheepadoodle. I have
Oh,
6 kids, but they're all.
a dog,
A dog.
doodle, another
I
doodle.
always tell her every day or when I'm going to meet these guys, let's go meet the kids. We call them the kids.
Oh, and she knows, of course.
She knows she's going to meet the kids.
Real cute.
What are the hours of your gallery?
From about 9:30 in the morning till 8. Yep.
And are you usually there or are you both there?
Just been there
Yeah.
primarily recently. Yeah. I've been in.
That's when I came in.
Yeah.
That's Jeff was in there and we had fun talking and
Good. Yeah.
and then I had seen you is it the day before
Uh-huh.
over, along Oak Street, just
Yeah.
down, you just probably fell right out of that window.
Yeah.
Floated down with your cape on.
Right.
That's so great.
So when
So we-
when you met Jeff and Eric, what was? I mean, you're in a crowd mixer, right?
Right.
Well, there must have been something in the air or something.
What happens is it's a mixer, and
Yeah.
my wife Gail was there,
Mhm.
and her friends they know I'm an artist. In fact, I have to take them on tours down to San Juan and find out my artwork and go to lunch with them. And they're a great crowd of girls, and they just, oh, you're an artist? You have to meet Randy.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
that's the way we met, and
Little did they know.
little did they know, but little did I know. But
we were
Yeah.
we were talking right before you came in. We were talking about his adventures in Africa and with music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way of expressing and then he was showing
Sound
he was
waves.
showing the vibrations on some of the
Sound wave.
on the backpack.
Yeah.
on different things.
Sound
So-
waves.
How he has sound waves and he uses all kinds of different ways of experiences that
It's a healing art.
exactly.
Mhm.
But it all comes into it. I mean, as you well know from your own work, that all of these experiences come together and they inspire you, You're also wearing an interesting jacket.
We got one of his jackets. I represent.
Yeah. Yeah. They're nice. So we're all in alignment, the
Yeah.
right ways.
We were talking today. Actually, I love these guys because we talk, we pray,
Mhm.
we talk, we got a lot of commonality stuff, and we talk about art, and we talk about our process,
Mhm.
and it helps me, inspires me to get my butt into the studio. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's difficult in a way. You have to be. There's a reason they call it our work, because you're
Yeah.
supposed to work.
I think anything you do that you're passionate about, but the work isn't painful.
No.
We were talking
Sometimes
about
it is, though.
earlier how you're in your studio or wherever you are and you lose yourself totally into it.
Mhm.
And there's something so special about that. It's hard to say. It's the closest thing you can get to God.
Right.
If whatever God
I get
is,
that.
you know, it's that spirituality you're talking about.
Yeah.
We just don't, it's the unknown, but we know it. Somehow we know it.
We were
just
talking
put a
about like
word
on
on
my huge murals. They always want you to do a drawing. So it's hard to like for my mind to go like, okay, I'm going to make this big mural and put all the elements in it because everything becomes a history mural because you have to put the right elements in it or once you get it on the wall and
Mm-hmm.
curtain goes down, then if you don't have it all right, then an expert shows up and makes a fool out of you. So you have to like, especially like my one in San Juan, I had Native American Indians. It's a story of 300 years of history in San Juan. So, you know, I had to have every little piece of jewelry that the Indians wore, the Native Americans wore,
Mm-hmm.
and every little thing right, or they even to the type of swallow it is, the swallows.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, of course, they're famous for swallows.
yeah,
That come into that.
I did the front desk at the hotel. They're partners with Marriott, the owner, and he got me the job. Thank God during COVID, or I would have starved. So, but you know, they're having a big argument in San Juan about with the swallows quit coming for a few years, so they got the wrong swallows on the city emblem. So they're fighting all the time with. There's it's supposed to be a barn swallow, and then there's another kind of swallow. So it's the barn swallow, and they got the other swallow on the city uniform. So they're wrong. They get that pointed out. And they have a big fight over it. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody shows up that's an expert, makes a full.
Well, we have to be careful of expertitis.
Yeah, it's
That
No,
is
it's-
something.
kills a lot of
I mean,
kills a lot of creativity.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, to be afraid to get something wrong and not do it is worse than doing it and getting it wrong. I
That's
think.
true.
no.
Right.
And one should like to be wrong because then you learn.
Yeah.
Publicity's better than no publicity.
Thank you again for coming in. We really appreciate it. It's really wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
To see what the connections are.
I didn't want to suck up all the air in the room.
Sorry.
It's not this guy.
We have
Yeah.
you.
Made it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shall we listen to Pato?
Sure.
Yeah, we got a song from him.
Yeah.
In the queue here, and we'll be right back with artwalking.art in Laguna Beach.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, all lovers of positive reggae
We were
music,
also
will you
talking.
please fasten your seatbelts because we have liftoff. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. Well, everybody telling me to. All over America. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. Well, everybody telling me to. All over America. I want the whole wide world to know that Pato Bantan is on the go. Like a tree that planted by the rivers of water, I will surely grow. Every day I kneel and pray that Jah will guide me on my way. I want to be good, yes, I want to do right, and I don't want to go astray. People tell me, yes, they do. They say, Pato Bantan, we love you. That's why I want to dedicate this song to every one of you, to every friend and every fan, and every radio DJ too, every reggae reporter, producer, promoter. I just like to say thank you. And all the youths I stand and salute for staying loyal to the reggae roots. They give me the strength to push on through because they tell me to go far. Everybody telling me to, and everybody telling me to, everybody telling me to. All over America, and everybody telling me to. It's everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. All over America. I want the whole wide world to know that Pato Bantan is on the go. Like a tree that planted by the rivers of water, I will surely grow. Every day I kneel and pray that Jah will guide me on my way. I want to be good, yes, I want to do right, and I don't want to go astray. People tell me, yes, they do. Say, Pato Bantan, we love you. That's why I want to dedicate this song to every one of you, to every friend and every fan, every radio DJ too, every reggae reporter, producer, promoter. I just like to say thank you. And all the youths I stand and salute for staying loyal to the reggae root. They give me the strength, push up through, because them a tell me to. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. All over America. Everybody telling me to. And everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. All over America. Come on. Agony, man. When I say all over, I mean all over, north, south, east, and west. You understand? Check this out. In Kansas, Arizona, Alabama, and Alaska, Connecticut, Colorado, and also California, North and South Carolina, and North and South Dakota, Delaware, Florida, and Martin Luther, Hometown, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, and Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, and Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, and Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and New Hampshire, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Tennessee, and Mormon Country, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington and West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, and Nevada, God, all over America, and in Mexico and Puerto Rico. Come, everybody telling me to go, Pato. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to. All over America. Everybody telling me to. Everybody telling me to.
By special request, Go Pato. Here we are at Laguna Beach and Art Walking Art in Art Walking Radio, which is can be all the details you can find about it on the website artwalking.art, including a podcast of today's program and all our guests.
Will that be?
Well, tomorrow afternoon it'll be posted.
We'll look forward to it. We have to say we've been joined by a number of people in the studio, and it's wonderful that we can accommodate in this small space.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, we were talking earlier, Eric, about your travels into Africa, and the music and the doors that open. We also, I understand that you received numerous awards for art and human rights abroad. So could you share some of what these represent? These?
Yeah, well, so the first one I got was in 2008. It was really symbolic to me because I have always been into Michelangelo, and so the Sistine Chapel. It was for the 500th anniversary of the Sistine Chapel. This award I got from this association in Italy, and alongside of that was the signing of the human rights documents, which was 60 years. The declaration of the signing of the 60-year anniversary of that. So what I liked about it, what really hit me, was that they chose mine, I think, not only for the art, but for my message, and it's happened every year since. And so I was just thankful that my art can contribute in any form or fashion to the freedom of humanity in some form or another, and freeing people up, relieving the oppressed, and so I see it just as it's like an organic part of my life, where I help Pato out. I like serving other people. I like helping them out, and I feel like so for me it just was like perfect combination, of human rights. So every year it's one thing or another. Like one year it was like Martin Luther King Jr., or Nelson Mandela, and or Anne Frank. But all of these individuals spoke to me in some way or another. And I just feel great that I can be in some way or form connected to them,
I think
through the awards.
I think that's really wonderful, and that the other cultures that you are exposed to feel like they're part of you,
Yeah.
and you feel part of them,
Uh-huh.
so that you don't feel that there's, you don't go with expectations. You go with just an open,
Yes,
as
that's
an
a
open
really
book.
good way to put it. Yeah, so I guess in a way, like I got to say, like being that I've had, like, I was really excited about the clothes and everything. I was excited to go over there with the clothes, and the vibe I had before I left was high about everything I was doing. So I feel like in a way, it's like how you enter an environment changes how it is. You know,
How
you
you
can
enter.
change it by the way you see it and perceive it, and the way people perceive you at the same time. So like if I were to go into Africa being all defensive and worried about getting like hurt or something, that's what they would have perceived, you know? And then but I didn't. I went in there, I was just so happy to be there. And every individual I came across who might have been like grumpy or whatever, I don't know. I just felt like I had a way of disarming that in reality.
I,
Yeah.
Yes.
I applaud you on that
Thanks,
on
bro.
so many
Wonderful.
levels. I
Because it
really do.
gives people hope,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
hope is
you're
a good
trying
thing.
to convince them you
So
just
many
are being who you are.
So many
Mhm.
cultures in
Yeah.
Africa are suffering from the very harsh colonialism
Yeah.
that was,
It's been going on for a
yeah,
very long time.
yeah,
And
and
but we have that here,
yep,
everywhere in the world, wherever human beings are,
Mhm.
we have this conflict that, and yet we have people, Gandhi,
Yeah.
we have, Sister Teresa, we have all kinds of people that from different ways and different times that walk and talk and become part of it. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so in our own community here, having you here and bringing this in is really very special. And we're so glad that you're on the program because,
Thank you. Glad to
it,
be here.
it was such
We're
an
glad.
instant, like a little instant meeting and a curiosity that really came first from the fact that you were doing wearable art,
Mm-hmm.
but that really isn't about that.
Yeah.
It is a vehicle,
Yes.
but
Exactly. You
it
got it
isn't
right.
that.
Yeah.
And so that's what people have to start thinking about, whatever they're doing,
Mhm.
because what you're doing matters. You can put on uh, you know, things and make yourself look good. You can
Right.
drive a fancy car. You can, make your home invincible and put alarms in it and rings and things that keep people out.
Uh-huh.
It's very interesting to see how much of that goes on. You can defensible space is one of
Yes.
the terms that is being used
Uh-huh.
for people. Defensible space. Think about that.
Uh-huh.
And then think about what you say is the using your uh, art in a totally different way without uh, having to be defensive.
Yes, it's more I'm on the offense, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's not,
I'm on the offense,
it's
just
not,
spreading the light. Like
yeah, it isn't
it's
really offense either. It is bringing it in.
yeah.
And I think the fear, that's the factor.
Yep.
And so all through this discussion this evening,
Mm-hmm.
from the time you said you got into the car when you were a child with that
Mhm.
person and you trusted that person who said, would you, can I drive you home?
Right.
Off and on through our histories, we've had that. You get into a car and you become, I mean, I hear it and other people will hear it and the podcast will, spread it. And they'll all say, oh, yeah, I remember. I
Uh-huh.
remember when I did that.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
That kind of thing. It wasn't because you were being a fool.
No.
It's because you allowed that. I mean, I did that. I did that in Cameroon. I
Yeah.
got into a taxi with people I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
We got held up by gunpoint, AK-40s.
Dang.
And some people were taken off to jail, and I just happened to put everything under the taxi driver's thing. We weren't supposed to take photographs, and that's
Oh
what
boy.
was happening. And one of the people in the car was taking photographs. However, it
Yeah.
turned into an incredible experience.
Huh.
So those kind of things make you open to the world. You can
Yes.
go through a door and have a terrible experience, but you can go through other door and have a great experience. So
Mm-hmm.
it,
Yeah.
it is timing, yes, and it is all these things we talk about. But the bottom line is your energy that you put out
Mhm.
somehow connects with the better angels.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
That's right. It's 100% true.
And that's a wonderful thing. And so it's wonderful to have you here in this town.
Thank you.
You know, we're really
Really
excited.
glad to be here
Yeah.
and be here at this interview. It's amazing. You guys are
It is.
very, very.
Well, once again,
It's
we
like
want,
your family.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at your beautiful brochure here, SWOMC. Once again, tell us what it translates to. It's the
Spiritual weapons of mass construction.
construction.
So it's not. It's broad. It's not affiliated with any one religion.
So you use artwork and clothing to elevate the freedom
Yeah.
of expression, beauty, and empower the individual worldwide by
Mhm.
creating these stylish, authentic, and timeless apparel that transforms the invisible, which is, of course, what we dream of, into the visible.
Yeah.
And these permutations, as I had said in the introduction, and or rather, Craig read it,
Mm-hmm.
include sound
Yeah.
and auras and all these wonderful things. And I can't help but feel so grateful that we have this coming into town. We've never really had anything quite like it. We have people that do beautiful things, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know, visual,
Mm-hmm.
acoustic, everything else.
Yeah.
You know, dance, of course,
Uh-huh.
all forms of expression, film, and we have the town is filled with incredible artists.
Amazing talent here. It's off the hook.
And yet, no matter where you go, you're going to see the same thing. That's the thing that's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's just that it happens to be concentrated in this one little place
Mm.
that's, you know, like 4 square miles, you know.
Also,
And it's always been that way. And we chance to lose it if we don't, if we're not reminded about it. And that's what our program is trying to do
yes.
with the help of the Beautification Council
Yeah.
that is working.
I want to interject something.
Oh, absolutely, Craig. Go right
And it's
ahead.
with regard to the Beautification Council.
Yes.
Leah is being very modest here because she had the Harry Lawrence Award of Excellence at the banquet.
Wow.
It's like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Sheesh.
And
You.
she was a celebrity, believe me, and everyone was so happy to see her. I'm so happy to see her get this award.
It was a wonderful event.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're in the midst of it, everyone takes things differently, but for me it was not about me, it was about everybody else. And I said that because it, you know,
Mm.
it's a burden at times. I mean, I asked a couple of people who won the award previously, people like Anne Christophe, you know, and who do fabulous things. And you never, I don't know, I just felt like I was busy doing everything else. So I had no time for it. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
But yes, and then afterwards, when I came home, just like after these programs that we always put on here, it always feels like it's going to be so much work to get ready. And then when we have a program, we have people like you on, and it's such a pleasure, and it's so much
It's
fun.
really fun.
And it is fun, and everyone always says, and people were meeting each other that thought they were long dead. I've seen you for years, they would say, you know, and
Yeah.
that was so much fun. And so that really it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And, you know, you think about all the things you've done in your life, and, you know, awards are nice,
Yeah.
but the most important thing is that you keep doing and you have a
Yes.
purpose in your life.
Yes.
That is the most important thing to have. And especially, Randy, as we get older, because if you lose purpose, and I know that you see it, I see it for sure. And I've been in places, you know, over periods of time when I had to, you know, be cared for, and I never want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if you don't have a purpose, and I see, unfortunately, that so many people are losing their abilities, and the longer you can hold on to a purpose and keep going through the doors
Yes.
and keep meeting new people and keep, you know, and that's it. But it's a spirit inside of you that
Yeah.
grows and grows and
That is
grows.
so true.
And you don't take things personally. You don't have, you know, I mean, it's easy to do. You can be hurt. But then I learned that in the hardest way possible. When I thought someone was being mean and cruel to me, it had nothing to do with me at all. That was it had because they were losing control and they didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
And had nothing to
that's
do
true.
with me at all. And those were the things that you learn through pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way you learn.
Look back, go to your portfolio and look through your portfolio. Okay,
Look through your portfolio. That's what Randy's saying. Right. You'll see your life. Oh, yeah. It's so much fun to share because the minute you start, exactly. That's it. You find who you are. And so your heart has to go to also those people who really don't have a choice in it. But you stay and you see them and you realize that they mean something. You know, certainly the people we've lost in our lives had great effect on us. And they continue. And Harry Lawrence was one. And look how he just keeps on being here. The energy. I once sat in my dining room looking at the plug in the wall, you know, that you plug into. And I kept thinking, where is the electricity? If you get rid of that plug, then you say, okay, no, this is now. So you keep going back and back and back. The energy has always been there. And you talked about, Da Vinci.
Yeah.
And all the things that he knew and all the electrical things and all the things that so many people have worked on that we have forgotten. We shouldn't lose our history because that energy, the minute you call someone up and you remember them in your mind, they're here. You never lose anything or anyone if you can call them back up.
That's true.
So having a purpose allows you to do that. And I think it's wonderful that you're here, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Yeah.
Well,
You were gonna say something about energy, Craig.
oh, we touched on earlier because I just felt so much of spirituality is energy, and energy is everywhere,
Uh-huh.
and it's the only thing that it never goes away. It just
Right.
continues. So
Transmuted.
yeah,
All
exactly.
it is.
And it's a conduit to
Yeah.
a lot of messaging.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
comes in many forms. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
agree.
beautiful. The unseen world is very active. Very,
No,
very.
to do is
Very
the animals.
See it, we go crazy.
Animals are, and then we just know.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think that's the big scheme of things is energy. I
Yeah.
don't know how to say that.
How much time do we have, Craig?
We have 10 minutes.
Good. I want to talk about the future a little bit. Not that we know what's going to happen because a door will open and it'll be just change again, right? But I do want to talk to both of you about, what you see as the future. Would you like to talk about that? Are we tapped in?
Yeah, I don't think this one's on. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, the future. Well, that's why we got here because we're continually focused on what the future holds because, without just having that vision, what are we doing here?
What do you see?
Yeah, for what
Yes,
Eric's doing with his art.
right.
Yeah,
You
I think
see
it's
as far as the business side of it.
absolutely. I think that we're just going to continue to get our eyes on it. The more people that see it, the beauty of this clothing is when people are wearing it, it's very attractive. People are drawn to it, and they oftentimes come up to us and say, "Where did you get that?" Just like when Eric first started doing this, and I love that because it creates a narrative. It gives us an opportunity to talk about what is behind the art, and so it's this walking canvas that
That's
is a
good way of
talking
putting
piece.
it.
Yeah,
A walking
absolutely.
canvas.
Yeah.
So where are you going to walk to with it in town?
Worldwide. We're
I mean,
gonna-
do you have any venues here that you're thinking about? Like maybe
yeah, no,
the
we do.
farmers market on Sunday?
Well, we'd looked in getting into that, but they don't do. It's not edible clothing, and it it has to be. It was very
That might
clear
be,
that we have to.
that might be
It has to be
a digestible
right.
new thing.
Well, yeah, we talk about future. We could talk about that in our meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, no, we actually do have an event coming up where we came out with kind of our winter line. And so we're going to be at Ski Dazzle, which is at the LA Convention Center.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is starts December 5th, 6th, and 7th. So it gives us an opportunity to get a lot of eyes on it in a short period of time. And that's kind of what we've been lacking here. We have a great location, but it's a little tucked away in the building. So we're not getting enough eyes on it right now. So this gives us an opportunity for people to really see it.
I have a mantra that maybe is applicable here: is the certainty of change brings the certainty of opportunity, and it's that person that looks at that change for that opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so important.
Well, I could see you partnering with a dance troupe
Absolutely.
and having them wear it.
Yeah, we'd like to not only that, but get musicians, some DJs wearing it, because I think it has a lot of energy that goes with it. So I think it really works well with music,
The
musicians.
Festival of Arts is also an interesting venue. They haven't really had presentations on fashion, but that might be something really interesting.
They haven't had it yet. Yeah.
No.
So therein lies the opportunity.
There's they come up. I think the booths and all of that comes up in February this year.
Okay.
Coming year. That's something to look into.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into it.
So there's a lot of opportunity. You know, like I said, the museum has their art and nature, which is certainly ties into that, and the art school,
Right.
bringing that in. There's a lot of things, and people would be interested in, and the doors could keep opening, and it's like a full opening screen.
It's amazing. We want to work with skimboard company. We want to work with surf companies, sunglasses.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the beauty of coming here to Laguna Beach. That just so many doors have opened up since we got here, because it just fits here so well with the energy that's behind it, and the creativity. And it's a different medium. You know, you don't see that every day.
It's something new and fresh.
Right.
Which
It is. And the presentation is new and fresh, but it also comes with that extra thing that is not just a commercial product. It comes with the energy that says, you know, we are all part of you. So I think there's that touch that's very different. And I think people are really hungry for it. It's an appetite that has.
We've really
literally experienced it.
Yeah, because
every day
when you're wearing it, it just people will come up from across the room and ask, where did you get that? What is this? How did you get that onto the clothing? And you know, it just creates so many opportunities for conversation, and yeah, it's been amazing.
Well, thank you.
And art saves millions of lives. I think
it's everywhere.
Right.
Well, the thing is, it's not separate. Think of it as separate. You know, something you'd buy, hang on your wall, but it isn't. It's a product of your life, and it has so many different wavelengths, and no one does it exactly the same, and that's what's wonderful about it. That every expression is different. You know, you talked about Eric Henderson's work, and you know, Andre Segovia, and there was one of his top students was Jose Barroso in Spain, and I know that in my family, one of the people studied with him too, and it's just wonderful how many connections we all have. I don't care where you go, you're connected. You know, they think you need a socket, but you don't.
You know, we tried out putting some Google ads in Africa for our website. It was we just got so many hits, like over all day long. We'd hear the buzz from it.
Really?
I'm looking forward to walking through the airport and seeing Eric's art walking the other direction. You know, that's my dream, is seeing people wearing it. Yeah.
Also, you know, his
the handbags
and everything, and the backpacks, and I had also played around with doing art on small rolling
the suitcase. Yeah.
And from all the travels that I had done, and the thing that's so wonderful is that no two are alike, and you can't lose them. I mean, they're just there, you know. So in a way, and even if they did get lost, somebody wouldn't be enjoying it.
Well, I love this too because, like you said, a lot of times, somebody has a piece of art and it's hanging up in their house. Who gets to see it? Maybe when people come over and they do and they get to enjoy it. But this, it is going to be walking through the airport. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got some wallets.
Well,
You what?
We've
we're
got a wallet of mine.
Yeah, we have wallets,
Oh, wallets.
and purses, but you
Randy was saying he has a wallet. We have a beautiful
Here's
purse,
a pink wallet.
a pink wallet.
I don't know if they can see it pretty well.
Can we
thing.
see it?
yeah.
Yeah.
The butterfly.
Oh,
I hate to say it, we are out of time here.
Out of time, huh?
What,
All right.
can it hold a lot?
Yeah, it's like
Sounds like
decent size.
Are we just about out of time? We have to say goodbye. All right, everyone say goodbye. See you soon.
I have
thanks for listening.
one song in the hopper, Critical Mistake. I don't know what that
This is just like everyone goes through life. We make mistakes, but we have to come back and bounce back, and it's not
And
like
learn
I
from
feel like
them.
I've made critical mistakes in my life, but I'm not referring to any one mistake I've made or anything. I'm just saying we all
It's a story of healing.
and yeah, it's a story of redemption, healing.
Yeah, we like that.
And there you go. That's a good note to leave
Cool.
on.
Yeah.
With that note,
Thanks for having us.
and thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you.
So,